Good morning, everybody. Welcome back, real nerds. It's time for some real talk. I'm your host today for Scooter's Take, as I usually am, Scott, your boy Scooter, here to bring you the daily nerd news, the nerdly news, as I've been saying, to your front doors or your screens or whatever. If you're on a train, bring it to your train. So that's what this is. Me making weird comments about that. All right, let's just get into it then. So today is Friday, 11 August 2017, and there is actually some really good news in the some really good nerd news today. Maybe it's because it's Friday. Maybe it's because the moon was pretty big last night. I don't know. But some pretty good stuff. It's like they waited till Friday to hey, better news today. Enjoy it. Thank you. You make my job much more fun. But I want to say a quick thank you to everyone who watched our episode of Nerds at Night last night. It was a pleasure to have conversations with a couple of y'all. Hopefully we can keep that going. Nerds at Night's a great show. I want to keep that one for a long time, I'm sure. But today on Scooter's Take, I want to start off with something that I hold near and dear to my heart, my Nintendo Switch. Excuse me. Somebody's trying to fuck with that dream of mine of having my Nintendo Switch. So I have one, right? But Nintendo's being sued by GameVice for they have this thing called a WikiPad 7. They're suing Nintendo over that because of their controllers. So apparently, and by the way, Engadget broke the story last night or yesterday. Gee, excuse me. So Nintendo's being sued because the controllers are apparently too close for comfort for that company to the WikiPad 7 that they sell. So basically, I looked at it. It's a tablet. They're a tablet mobile company. I'm dying today. Tablet mobile company that makes these game controllers that kind of go on a rail system, kind of like the Nintendo Switch. So my thing is, one, Nintendo Switch isn't a mobile platform. It is, technically it is in a way, but it's a home console. It has a completely different aspect to it. So I don't see the similarities. They don't even really look the same. It's just kind of similar, but for me, it's two different markets. I don't think they're taking. You can't it's not really take anything away from that market. But they're asking for damages and for the ban of sale of Nintendo Switches. That'll never fucking happen, because if it does, I'm coming after you, fucking GameVice. GameVice is the company who is suing Nintendo, by the way. So, boo on you. I think they're just trying to get a quick buck. They see how good it's doing. They're like, screw this, we're gonna fucking sue them. Make a quick dollar off a settlement. I don't believe you, GameVice. I thought we were better friends than that. I didn't know you until about today, but still, I'm looking at you. Next up, Overwatch. Overwatch Death Mode now available for some, both free-for-all and team play. So we talk about Overwatch here pretty much every day, actually. Overwatch is a great game. If you have the ability to play these new modes, or this new mode, go check it out. I don't, so let me know how it is. You want any of the comments on the YouTube video when this drops or whatever. I want to know, because I actually like Overwatch. And then obviously once it comes out for real, for everybody, I'll play it. All right, Battlegrounds Twitch streamer named Destiny gets banned for exploiting a glitch. So PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds. This is a pretty, I wouldn't say high profile, but I mean he's a very popular streamer. He plays Battlegrounds. I think he was a Destiny streamer, which is why his name is Destiny. Which good on you for getting that name. But yeah, he's being banned for exploiting a glitch in the game where he was racking up kills by running people over. Now the thing is, he was exposing a glitch where these people were actually inside buildings and he was driving over them as if they were outside. So I can kind of see why that would be an issue. It was probably hilarious while he was doing it, though. I can imagine him being on stream being like, look at this shit. And he's just like, I'm fucking killing all these motherfuckers with my fucking big-ass truck. Which, is the point of Battlegrounds, is to kill other people. So I can't really blame him too much. But at the same time, if you're a high-profile, Twitch streamer or something like that, gotta be careful. I mean, unless you didn't want to play the game for a long time. But most people are saying that it's going to be a soft ban, very short period of time or whatever, limited availability of certain things. So I'm sure he'll be back on the game sooner than ever. So if you're a fan, don't worry too much. All right, and keeping in with video games, Friday the 13th video game. New update. No more team killing. Apparently this is a big issue with this game. People are killing their team members, you know, like we do in every game. But apparently it was getting really bad, where the game, I guess the quality of gameplay was being reduced. So they are now bringing in a no more team killing update, so no more friendly fire. Sorry. You can't kill the people you're trying to escape Jason with. I don't know why you do. I mean, I guess, I don't know. That doesn't really make your odds any better. I don't think. That's just my personal opinion. Some big news, which I'm kind of mad that... So I got this news last night, and I'm kind of upset because, okay, so Scooters takes at 10 a.m. Can't do anything about that, right? Well, I mean, I could, but it's the way it works. This news dropped last night on the internet, but I didn't see anybody reporting it except for like a handful of people that really, it wasn't that big of a deal. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get the scoop on this one, kind of in a way. Like at our small level, it felt cool. So I'm like, yeah, I'll save it for tomorrow for Scooter's Take because this was like last night. And then as soon as I wake up this morning, I go through all the tech news, nerd news, video game news, all that stuff, and those bastards, I'm not gonna say who, they got it. I was like, motherfucker. And they have a huge following, so. By the way, maybe you haven't heard yet. Maybe the people watching this YouTube video haven't heard yet. So I'm going to give it to you because I believe that you watch just us and only us, which is probably not true, but I can believe what I want to believe. Don't take away my dreams. Sorry. Anyways, the news I wanted to show you or tell you about is about COD World War II. So Call of Duty World War II coming out this fall will have a 1v1 mode called the Pit. So always when you have that dickhead or that asshole or that noob who's like, hey man, you think you're so good? Take me 1v1. Which you could always do in the old games, but now there's a fucking place for it. And it's called the Pit. I'm really enjoying that. I feel like they asked somebody in the military, like, what did you guys used to do when you wanted to beat the shit out of somebody? You basically take them to a pit, I guess, So I dig that. I dig that. So 1v1 mode, get at your boy. Also, bigger news, headquarters area. Headquarters area is like, think of like Destiny, the tower, or Destiny 2, the new place. It's the multiplayer social area. So in Call of Duty World War II, there's going to be a place called Headquarters, which is in the D-Day +3 zone. So D +3 zone, I think it's called. I'm not exactly sure exactly what it means, but just from reading it, D-Day +3, or D-Day +3 means, it's 3 days past D-Day. So I found that out as much, but I'm not exactly sure how that plays into the game. Maybe you're playing on different timelines of World War II. That's like how the story works. I'm not sure. But that'd be cool if I was right. But yeah, so headquarters. Now, cool thing about it is cool and bad. I don't know how this is really going to work out to be a good thing. Excuse me. But while other characters or the players are opening loot boxes or crates or whatever you want to call it at the headquarters, you can watch other players open crates, loot crates, whatever you want to call them, and then you'll get rewarded for watching them open the boxes. Now, I feel like that sounds really good. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna get rewards, but there's no way they're gonna let you get good stuff. I mean, because you could literally just sit there and watch other people open crates all day. So I don't see how that's going to really be a huge deal, but maybe it'll help you get like little stuff, or maybe it's just really helpful in the beginning of the game. Who knows? But headquarters will hold up to 48 players at a time, so kind of like Destiny has like a limit on how many players can be at the tower at the same time. Blah blah blah. So a lot of queues from Destiny, which I'm not upset about. Destiny was a good game, still is. For all of you Uber people, Uber everywhere, hashtag. For anybody who uses the Uber app, whatever, gets rides all the time, or even every once in a while, because I know I've only used Uber maybe a handful of times, but sometimes you're like, this is a stranger, blah blah blah. Even though taxis are strangers too, but you kind of feel safer, I guess. But Uber is adding to their app an in-app chat. So instead of the Uber driver calling you or texting you, to your phone number, because you give Uber your phone number and they call you or text you sometimes. This is worse. I think I have allergies. They will have access to an in-app chat where they can just chat you through Uber, the Uber app. So now you don't have to worry about some stranger having your phone number, because literally I think more Uber drivers have phone numbers than your friends. I'm just saying. So if you're worried about, if you weren't using Uber because you're like, I don't want to have my phone number, I have privacy, blah, blah, this might be the answer to that. So check it out. I don't know if it's live yet, but it's coming. All right, some streaming news for video games. PS4 Pro. Personally don't have one yet. I don't know if I will be getting one. Because I feel like PlayStation 5 is going to come out at some point. I feel like it's going to be next year, but it might not be. Who knows? PS4 Pro getting 1080p 60 frames per second streaming update. So this is a big deal because it was capped out at like 30, I believe. Prior to this update, this is coming in the 5.0 firmware update. Now this isn't official yet. This was leaked news, but it seemed like a pretty good source. So take it with a grain of salt, but it's not like that off, like from what Sony would do. So the native streaming will be at 60 frames per second, 1080p from the PS4 Pro model only. This is not for the PS4 Slim or the original PS4. Now, if you're like me, and you hate a little thing called microtransactions, I am a huge advocate for the destruction of all microtransactions. Some of them are cool. Don't get me wrong. Something like Rocket League, except for the crates, like when they had the DLC packs, like the little $2, $3 DLC packs for like cars and stuff. That was cool. That was okay. I was okay with that. They didn't come out every day or every week. They came out in a very slow fashion, where you could be like, okay, yeah, I don't have a problem spending $2, $3 on a car for a video game. But the thing is, you felt like you were getting something out of it. You're getting something new, But when it comes to microtransactions, they want like $5. I mean, even in Rocket League, it's $1 per key, and it takes however many keys to open a box. It's just like you're getting, and the thing is, you only get one thing from the box. It takes one key per box, I'm pretty sure, but you pay $1 to open one box, and you only get one item out of that box. It could be good, it could be bad. Obviously, it uses that little roulette thing. I don't like that. If I'm paying you money, I need a higher chance. It shouldn't be like you shouldn't be able to get anything lower than this. Red Bull makes the dream work. All right. Microtransactions, though. The new Gran Turismo game coming out this fall in September, I believe it's in September, will not, I believe it's called Gran Turismo Sport, by the way, will not have microtransactions. They're keeping it the old school way. There will be some paid DLC, but I'm okay with that. Microtransactions are something that to me, microtransactions are something you do on a daily basis, or have the ability to do on a daily basis, like to buy loot crate boxes, to buy, whatever, supply drops, whatever you want to call them, card packs. I don't care. DLC is game content. It gives you more to play. If they want to charge for that, I don't always agree with DLC, but in the case of microtransactions versus DLC, I would take DLC any day. Just because DLC in its the way it's been set up, DLC is always like a package, whatever you want to call it, of data that will expound upon your gameplay. Not here's a new skin for $5. I can't stand that. Like, I get it. The artist who made the skin and blah, blah, yeah, it takes money, it takes time, it takes work, but $5 per person or whatever, I mean, come on. Especially if you can't guarantee them getting it, like, I don't know. I'm not a big microtransaction fan. But besides that, let's get into some lighter news. If you're like me, and you like Judge Dredd, because I like Judge Dredd, the new movie was good. I mean, not new anymore, but, not that old. We're getting a TV show. Over at IGN.com, there's an article by Joe Screbbles about how Judge Dredd TV show is coming back. There's exclusive first concept art images on IGN's website. Go check it out. It looks pretty cool. I mean, these are like I said, these are concept art images. So I mean, these aren't like what the show's going to look like exactly, but it looks cool as fuck. So I would definitely go check this article out. I would definitely watch a Judge Dredd TV show. That's just me. Now, this was part of the news today, but apparently it's already over. But I did share it, I believe, on the RNRT page yesterday, that the PSVR kit from Amazon.com was $300. This was like $150 off retail, I believe. It came with a VR headset and the PlayStation camera. Excuse me. So this was $300, $299.99 on Amazon. If you didn't get it, you should have got it. I didn't get it. That's because I don't have enough room for a VR set. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not like, for me, I say if you could have got it, you should have got it. But if you weren't ready to have it, then I guess wait. Because like for me, VR in general isn't at a point where I want to play it a lot, and there's not enough game. There's not games out there that have enough content in them to basically say, hey, go spend money on this VR set. Because by the time that this VR is actually good, there might be another model of the headset out, and I don't want to have an out-of-date model just because I wanted to play some simulation experiences. Like I want a video game, but like not just one. I want like a handful of them, at least. I mean, you're trying to get me to pay $300+ for a display inside of a headset. So, anyways, Grand Theft Auto Online, GTA Online Adversary Mode, Overtime Shootout. So, from what I understand, because I don't play GTA 5, this is you shooting cars at each other, like darts. Apparently, players use car piloting skills to score points with their Ruiner 2000s in Overtime Shootout, which is one of the new adversary modes in Grand Theft Auto Online. This is also an IGN article. Go check it out. But it's just Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online, whatever you want to call it, is to me a poor game. Like I don't like the game, but in this sense, it's probably one of the most influential games to me, because influential in the sense that GTA 5 releases all this new content all throughout the years that the game is new, right? That to me is a great developer, or a great wherever that comes from. Thank you. I like that, because it shows that you actually are invested in your game, and I feel like that's why GTA does so well for online. Constant support. So keep it up. I believe that's Rockstar. Rockstar Video Games makes GTA. So thank you. Next up will be a quick recap. So if you don't know, this is Scooter's Take. This is a show that runs Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to about 11 a.m., depending on how much news we have. Today's news is a little bit scarce when it comes to the quantity, but the quality here is great. So we're actually in talks of shortening Scooter's Take to maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Just because a daily news show with one person giving the news really doesn't take an hour. I can make it take an hour, but I want to get you the information for you to be able to go about your day. I would love to hang here for forever, but gotta make sure. And plus, the shorter the video, the easier it is to get on YouTube later for you guys. So the faster you guys would get it to watch it. So that might be coming soon, where it's a slightly more shortened version of Scooter's Take, but it'll be more compressed, coming at you a little bit faster, which might be a good thing. We're trying things out. I'm not going to get rid of Scooter's Take at all. I love Scooter's Take, but it might be reduced in time. I just ask for your flexibility. But like I was saying, Scooter's Take is an episode Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, with your boy, myself. And if we're not boys, it's okay. Just watch. But we go over the nerdly news, as I say, every day. But back into it. Netflix. I have a love-hate relationship with this company. Netflix renews Glow for second season. Glow is Glorious Ladies of Wrestling, I believe is what the acronym is. Second season of Glow will be 10 episodes long, and it'll be continuing the story of Ruth Wilder, who is played by Alison Brie, and other performers who help launched an all-woman wrestling TV show in 1985. So, Glow, I seen a little bit about Glow. It looks cool. It has a pretty good cast. The woman who played Nurse Jackie is in it. Who played in Nurse Jackie? I don't know if she was actually the person who played Nurse Jackie. There's actors from Orange is the New Black and all those things. But my thing is, like, I don't know if I want to watch. I don't really like wrestling to begin with. Like, it's not like wrestling's bad, but do I really want to watch a TV show about wrestling? I don't know. You tell me. If you like Glow and you've had a good experience, because the thing is, I have no friends that have watched it and were like, they may have watched it, but they haven't said anything to me. And usually that's what happens. People are like, oh yeah, I watched this. It was really good. Have you seen it yet? Blah, blah, blah. You know, that hasn't happened yet. So, if that happens, maybe I'll look into it. Next up, James Cameron on the Avatar sequel saying the sequel's spirituality is essential. So I'm quoting this from IGN.com. But the director, James Cameron, says there's a deeper meaning to the films beyond mere entertainment, which I am a huge fan of Avatar. And if you don't know, we're talking about Avatar, not The Last Airbender, but Avatar with the tall blue people. That was a great movie for me. So that came out in like 2008, I believe. That was my first IMAX movie. I saw it like 4 times in theaters. Till this day, I still compare movies like Valerian. I compare Valerian to Avatar because of the same kind of feel. Like, Valerian was stupendous when it came to visuals, but Avatar in my mind still beats it. And that movie, and Avatar's almost 10 years old. So, that's all I'm saying. I need a sequel though. They need to make the sequel. It needs to come out faster. I want it out today, and it better be good. It's made by James Cameron, so it's got to be good. Last but not least, Justice League movie. Apparently, they are adjusting the tone of Cyborg during these reshoots that have been coming out. So I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm a DC fan. I actually am Cyborg is actually one of my favorite characters from the animated series. So like Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, not the new one, which Bobby likes for some reason, but the older one, the new Justice League versus Teen Titans movie, awesome. Cyborg, and that was great. So like that's the kind of tone that I want in my Cyborg. A smart, utilitarian, but funny as fuck. Like the way he is with Beast Boy in the Teen Titans animated show, but the original one, quirky, funny, kind of salty, with a dash of pepper. So Cyborg, if you're listening, thank you for doing what you do, and don't screw it up in the new movie, because this new movie needs to be fucking good, because I'm tired of people telling me that DC movies aren't good, because they are, especially the animated ones. We're getting there, all right? Marvel is just really good at making live-action movies. But live-action, or their cartoons, aren't that great. Aside from, Spider-Man. Come on. Just saying. But that happens to be the news for today. And this is what I was talking about earlier, literally 5 minutes ago, on how this show might end up being about a half an hour, because I just went through maybe 10, 12 things in about 30 minutes. And there's no real reason to expand that out to an hour. I mean, some days, I think what we'll do is news dependent on the time. So we'll say that this show could be anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes based on how many articles there are. So what we'll do is, for now, is we'll always start the show at 10 and we'll just end when it ends. Like for right now, the show's going to end in about a minute after I sign us off here. So hopefully if you're watching, I hope you enjoyed the content. Hope you enjoyed the news. I enjoy bringing it to you each and every day. At least Monday through Friday. Saturday is a different day. Sunday I'm off. It's my only day off. I enjoy it. Sunday. But today is actually a very exciting day. So if you're listening and you're watching or whatever, or if you catch us on YouTube later, because it'll be up in a couple hours. I have to edit and everything. But please check us out later today. We have a lot of good shows coming up today. Bobby Law will be back in the studio for the 12:30 episode of Game of the Day, which will be 2 hours. From 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 2:30 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We haven't decided on the game of the day yet, but we're thinking it might be Flip Wars. It's a new game on the Nintendo Switch. Came out last night, about around 6 p.m. on the eShop. It's a competitive like flipping tiles game. It looks cool as fuck. I haven't played it yet. I have no opinions about it yet because I haven't even touched it. So, might be playing that. Probably are gonna play that. You can pretty much bet on that one. But come check us out for that. 12:30 p.m. Bobby Law will be in the studio. We're gonna be playing some Flip Wars most likely, and then today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, me and Tim, my boy Tim Bear, will be in the studio, and we're gonna be playing some. We're gonna be doing a Let's Play. So basically, game of the day, but it's not the game of the day. The episode tonight at 7 p.m. only happens on Fridays, due to scheduling with Tim. So come check it out. Me and Tim will be playing something on either Xbox, PlayStation, or Nintendo Switch. Maybe even NES. I don't think we're gonna play the NES. Me and Tim aren't really like, we love the NES, but we're not like, when me and him play video games, we're not like, oh, let's go play the NES. That's more of a me and Bobby thing. So check that out tonight. And then after that, there's nothing for the rest of the day. So the last stream today is from 7 to 9 p.m. But tomorrow is our first R&RT day. So R&RT, Real Nerds, Real Talk, every Saturday is our long day of streaming. So we're going to be starting around probably about 11 a.m. I would say. I think that's what I put up. It's in the schedule. Let me just make sure. I don't want to misspeak and then put it wrong in here. So let's see. Saturday. Yep. R&RT Live Weekend Review is from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So at 11 a.m., we're going to do a weekend review episode, which is basically the talk show style. Me and another person, or maybe even Tim and Bobby, basically going over, all these things that happened this week and the things that might be happening next week. So it's about an hour-long show, basically just a good discussion. Next up, after that, will be a segment we call Games with the Guys. So that's basically just us sitting down here playing video games for about 4 hours. So the R&RT Live Weekend Review will be from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Games with the Guys is from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, there's going to be about 3 or 4 of us in these studios, so we won't end the stream necessarily. We might pause it for a while, take a break. We can't just be sitting here for 4 hours straight, but we'll be on stream for 4 hours, playing numerous video games. So hope to see you guys there. Sunday, if you don't know, Sunday's our day off, so we don't do any streams on Sunday. You might see some videos go up on YouTube on Sunday, but we will not be streaming on Sunday. And then we'll be back again on Monday, first thing in the morning, 10 a.m. with Scooter's Take again. So I thank you for watching. I thank you for being part of the Nerd Army. And I appreciate you watching this. It makes me feel like you care, which is awesome, and it makes me feel like you actually enjoy what we're doing. And that's all we can really ask for. Making sure that you guys are enjoying what we like doing, because we're doing this because we like it. So, for all of you nerds out there, stay nerdy, and have a great day. Peace.